We have also, of course, have a very small losses, as we can see, 18 pips, 15 pips, 13 pips. I mean, the losses are really so tiny and not even worth to mention. I challenge you, there is no other signals provider group closing the trades with these really minimized losses, as we can see. Thursday also was really amazing. A very good day, as you can see. It was profit plus profit plus profit plus profit. I'm very proud of our work, really. As you can see, the losses are so tiny and very small compared to the profits that we have made. And of course, look at that. Wednesday, I believe, January 27th, it was Wednesday, yes. We struggled with the market at the beginning, and as you can see, we closed these trades, but look at the losses, they are really so small. 17 pips, 33 pips, and 33 pips again. And with these small losses, we still had to apologize to the members because in Extreme Trader, thankfully, they are used to have profits, not losses. Even though we had some trades actually we have reached take profit number 2, such as the AUD share. So this is actually a sign of our respect to our members, because we respect them and we are aware that they have joined us to make money. But however, even with these very tiny small losses, we are still actually proud of our signals because the profits are actually much bigger. And if we look at these messages that we have received from the clients, look at that, tons of messages that I cannot really show in this video. You can actually visit our or actually join our free Extreme Trader Forex Signals group on Telegram, and you can review these messages. There are actually a lot of messages that we are very proud to share with, and we are really happy to see these amazing messages. So we are doing really very well, and I believe the next week is going to be also amazing week. So of course, guys, if you wish to join Extreme Trader Forex Signals group, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below this video. Contact them today, and hopefully we will see you there. So let's now take a look at the market, and let's see what are the opportunities that are waiting for us for this upcoming week. And of course, as usual, we will start with the Euro USD. Now, the daily chart on the Euro USD. The very first thing that we can notice is that the market has actually made several attempts to break out from the long-term resistance on 1.21557. The market has made what seems like a bullish breakout from that resistance, but however, eventually the market went down below that resistance again, and that resistance has become again a resistance. Remember, we are now on the daily candles. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see it clear that the bear is not actually able to break out from that long-term resistance on this level of 1.21557. Now, not to mention, of course, that the bear right now is moving in a bearish momentum. As we can see, we're having right here a resistance trend line, just like that. So from my point of view, what's going to happen is, if we look also on the daily candles, we can notice that in general, the general picture of the Euro USD is for the bullish. But however, for this upcoming week, and since we're analyzing on the daily candles, it seems like the Euro USD is gonna fall. Look at that. If we draw right here a support trend line, just like that, we can notice that the pair actually eventually right now is going in this mini resistance trend line. But however, on the bigger picture, the pair is actually on its way to revisit that support trend line. So most likely what's going to happen is, this upcoming week, the Euro USD is actually going to continue the fall, eventually hitting this support trend line and also retesting the broken resistance on 1.20040. The pair is definitely going to revisit that broken resistance, as you can see. We actually right now aiming to short the Euro USD until the pair actually reaches that resistance level. From that point, it's going to be really valid for the buy, depending of course on the price action. We always have to give attention to the price actions, because actually they are the one who decide the production. The price action is what decides if you should enter the trade or not. That being said, we have to wait for the Euro USD to rise a little bit more for another 20 pips before it's going to be valid for the short. Therefore, Euro USD should be good for the short at 1.21557. And of course, the target is gonna be right here, the bottom of the previous resistance. Take profit level is gonna be 1.20040. Now regarding the range of the safe zone, of course, if we notice any bullish breakout from the resistance trend line, like this one, if we notice right here a bullish candle appeared, it means most likely that the bear, what it's gonna do, it's actually gonna continue the rise until it hit that previous resistance and then fall down to retest the broken resistance trend line. That being said, the safe zone actually has to be right here at the top of the resistance, because this is where the bear actually expected to be reversed if in case we have witnessed a bullish breakout appear. So therefore, that's the safe zone like that. And of course, not to mention that I'm gonna notify everyone on the free group on Telegram to close the trade if we have noticed any changes in the market. So I have to tell you something. Sometimes you might notice that there is some actually confusion, or I don't want to say confusion. Sometimes I'm telling you on the weekly videos to sell the Euro USD. Meanwhile, in the premium group, you will notice there is a signal to start buying the Euro USD, and then you will be wondering which one is the right one. Let me tell you that in most cases, the right one to follow is actually the premium group. Because what I'm doing right now is I'm making this video on the weekend, on Saturday night, and on Monday morning, maybe something happened, maybe there will be some changes, there will be some updates on the market that actually might change this whole signal. Maybe there will be some news that affects the euro, or something affects the dollar. Of course, the premium group signals are more updated, so I highly suggest you guys to follow them if somehow they are conflict with the signal that I'm sending right here on the weekly analysis. So of course, for the premium members, hopefully they should have no issue, because if we notice here a bullish breakout candle has appeared, we will send a new signal to start buying the Euro USD, and hopefully it's gonna be accurate. So there goes your signal for the Euro USD, and hopefully it's gonna also working very well and bring us lots of profits. Now let's take a look at the pound USD. Now the pound USD doesn't seem to be doing well. Sadly, the death cases in the United States because of the COVID-19 virus has been increased recently, and recently hitting the 100,000 deaths. Sadly, of course. And right now the fire is open on Boris Johnson, and also he's facing the actually right now the new American administrative, they don't really trust him, and therefore of course everything is not looking doesn't seem well for Boris Johnson. I believe this is gonna affect the pound, and I believe we can notice that the pound recently is gonna be good for the short. Sadly, there is nothing gonna support the pound in my opinion, and therefore we can expect to start shorting the pound USD this week. So therefore, what we can notice right here on the 1 hour time frame, if we look at the 1 hour time frame, we can notice that the pair actually has been moving in these ranging modes, and of course the pair actually is not so clear right now. So therefore, we have to be very careful when we are shorting or dealing at all with the pound. Now, let me tell you something. On the pound USD, the first thing we can notice is that we are having right here a strong resistance level. That was a strong key resistance level, and it's remarkable that no matter how the pair was ranging above that level, the pair has been eventually respecting that resistance on 1.37183. So therefore, since we are looking to short the pound USD, we have to wait for the pair to rise for another 20 pips as well. Then we can start shorting it. So therefore, pound USD is going to be good for the short at 1.37183. Now, of course, for the safe zone, it should be logically ranged right above that resistance, because if the pair was able to actually make a breakout from that resistance, it means that the pair is eventually going to continue the rise. So therefore, the safe zone should be ranging for about 46 pips only, no more. Just like that. And therefore, of course, the target that we're aiming is going to be at least that previous support level. Let me just be sure. exactly right here. And of course, the reason I'm selecting this level is because we're having right here also a strong key resistance level, and I'm hoping that the pair actually might fall all the way to hit that previous or retest or revisit that previous resistance, which has also become previously a support right here and here as well. Because here, what we're having right here is a support number 1, so we can expect from the pair to revisit that level to create a support number 2. So therefore, the target for shorting the pound USD, take profit level, take profit, is going to be 1.35387. Hopefully also it will work very well and bring us lots of profits. So of course I forgot to mention that we are actually aiming about 180 pips profit from this trade. Meanwhile, our safe zone is ranging for about 46 pips. I hope it's going to be convenient and hopefully it will make us some profits. Now let's take a look at the AUD-USD. Now for the AUD-USD, as we can see, all in all, on the daily candle, as we can see, the pair actually has failed to break out from that long-term resistance. Now that means that we are actually looking for a short position on the AUD-USD. Now let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, as we can see, the pair actually is now moving in a bearish trend, as we can see right here, and the resistance trend line is being respected perfectly. So therefore, we can expect from the AUD-USD right now, since it's now facing that strong key resistance, key support level on 0.76424, we are hoping actually for the pair to rise a little bit more, hitting that resistance again before it's going to be valid for the short. And seems like the target right now is going to be right here, the lowest level of the support at 0.74890. Let me just do something here. Let me just delete this one. And let's go back to the daily candles and look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture, as you can see right here, we're having also this strong resistance level, as we can see right here. So we're facing this strong resistance zone. And the AUD-USD seems like it's not able to actually break out from that level, and eventually the price has fallen below that resistance level. All in all of that indicating that the AUD-USD seems like it's going to continue. However, if we draw a support trend line, just like that, we can notice that we are having a similar setup to the Euro-USD. So eventually, all in all, in general picture, the AUD-USD is for the bearish. But however, on daily candles, we are now looking for the short, because we are waiting for the pair to fall a little bit more to hit that or revisit that support trend line, and also hit that previous support level as well. So this is going to be a support number 2 as well, because here we're having a support number 1. So the target this time is going to be the bottom level of that previous support right here. I believe this is actually, let me just see which level is it. The target is going to be actually right here, 0.74656. That being said, let me just delete all of that so it's not going to confuse anyone. That sell should be placed. We have to wait for the AUD-USD to rise for another 50 pips before it's going to be valid for the short. So therefore, AUD-USD is for the short at 0.76958. 76958. And the target, hopefully, we are looking for about 228 pips of profit. Really, hopefully, we will make them. So take profit 0.74656. And let's delete this one, and we're good. I believe the number is correct, 74656, correct, yes. And the safe zone, of course, is going to be ranging just right here at the top of the resistance. So it's going to be actually analyzing on the daily candles. Let me just go back to the 4-hour time frame, and that makes more sense actually. And just like that, yes, perfect. So the safe zone should be ranging for about 47 pips, which is really good. Let me just draw for you the edge of this safe zone, just like that. Hopefully also it will work very well and bring us lots of profits. Now let's look at the USD CAD. So for the USD CAD, actually I have already made my analysis on the pair, As you can see right here, the pair is moving all in all in a bearish momentum. As you can see, the pair has actually respected that resistance trend line, and eventually it has reversed right on that support on 1.26320. So all in all, it seems like the USD CAD is actually reversing right here on that strong support level on 1.27387. Now what we are looking for is the bouncing from that support level, because eventually the pair seems like it's going to continue the rise all the way until it hit also that previous resistance on 1.29195, and also to hit the resistance trend line, as we can see. All in all, I believe the USD CAD seems good for the buy. So therefore, if we look at the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we have already right here a support number 1, which was previously of course a resistance, and we can expect from the USD CAD to fall again to create support number 2, and right from that point we can actually start buying the pair, with that resistance right here on 1.29195. So the target is actually going to be about 180 pips, hopefully going to be really good profit. So then for USD CAD is good for the buy at 1.27387, and the target take profit level gonna be 1.29195, and the safe zone of course gonna be ranging just a little bit until the bottom of that support level. So the safe zone should be ranging for exactly 50 pips. Now of course not to mention that we should never ever place all these signals blindly. We have to always wait for the good entry. Therefore we have to wait for the good price action. Wait to see any indicating of a bullish reversal right from the level I have mentioned to buy. So we have to look, for example, for a pin bar just like that, a bullish pin bar indicating a bullish reversal. You can also wait to see any candle that look like that on the bottom level of the support, just look like that, with a small wick at it, a small tail at its bottom and a long tail at the top, a long wick at the top, any candle look like that indicating a bullish reversal also is going to be good indicating for a bullish reversal. So always you have to wait for the price action. Please don't place your buy order just because the pair has touched that level. Always wait for a good price action telling you that it's good for the buy. So there goes your signal for the USD CAD, and hopefully also it's going to be a good signal and we will make good profits out of it. Now let's look at the USD JPY. On the daily candle, as you can see, the USD JPY has actually made a bullish breakout from that long resistance. As we can see, we had right here that resistance trend line, and the pair actually has made bullish breakout right from that level. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and from my understanding of how this market works, most likely what's going to happen is that USD JPY is going to continue to rise all the way until it hit that resistance level on 105.479, and then from that point the pair is going to fall all the way, retesting that broken resistance trend line, also hitting the previous support right here, exactly right here on 104, before it's actually going to continue the rise. Therefore, that being said, we have to wait for the USD JPY to rise a little bit more until it hit that resistance before we can actually start shorting it, and the target is going to be the support level on 104, because that level, as I said before, the pair most likely is going to continue the rise after retesting the broken resistance trend line. That being said, USD JPY is for the sell at 105.479. Eventually we have to wait for the pair to rise for another 80 pips. So I believe USD JPY is a fast pair. It's moving very fast, and I believe by Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning the signal is going to be active. So let's hopefully wait for the pair and hoping for a good entry, and the target, as I said before, is going to be the support right here on 104.172. Take profit level 104.172. Of course, for the safe zone, it's going to be ranging right here until the peak of the other resistance. So the safe zone should be ranging for under 52 bits only, and really hopefully this is not going to happen. Hopefully the pair is actually going to continue the fall. So there goes the signal for the USDGPY. Hopefully it's going to work very well and bring us lots of profits. Now let's take a look at the USD CHF. So as you can notice here, the USD CHF seems like it actually has made a bullish breakout from that long-term resistance on actually, as we can see right here, the resistance trend line has been respected for quite a long time. Then eventually we have seen right here a bullish breakout candle has appeared, indicating that this support right here on 0.78972 seems like it's going to be respected again. So we have to wait for the pair to fall a little bit more. I think, let me see for how many pips, for only barely 10 pips or 9 pips before it's going to be valid for the buy. Now actually, if we place a buy order right here, that's going to be good, because we are looking for actually making a profit of until the pair actually hit that resistance. So we are expecting about I would say 113 pips, I would say. So therefore USD CHF is gonna be good for the buy at that level. So therefore USD CHF is gonna be good for the I was starting the level for the buy at 0.889 and the target is gonna be right here, the peak of that resistance, and as we can see it is 0.972. Now of course for the safe zone it's gonna be ranging just a little bit more below that support level. So actually we can make it a little bit more, yes, until the bottom of that support level. So the safe zone is ranging for exactly 450. This hopefully is gonna be a good deal also, and hopefully we will make good profit out of this deal. Now let's take a look at the gold. So for the gold right now, as you can see, the pair, it seemed like it's gonna go in a bullish momentum. However, on Friday night, in the past on the last 8 hours on Friday night, the pair actually has shown a strong bearish momentum. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the gold right now is gonna be ranging on this neutral channel for quite a long time, if I'm not mistaken. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, we can actually expect from the gold to fall a little bit more, to hit the support, this strong support level, as you can see, the strong key support level on 1,823 before it's actually going to continue the rise. Now, as I said before, I'm expecting from the gold to be stuck in this neutral channel. Let me just go to the daily candles and to show you this. Now, we are having right here a strong support trend line, as you can see, and the pair seems like it's going to climb its way to this support trend line. From my perspective of view, or from my point of view, sorry, I'm expecting from the gold revisiting that support channel, and after that it's gonna eventually it's gonna be stuck on this channel before we can witness a price explosion. And in general, I believe it's gonna be for the bullish, but it's gonna take some time. We have to keep in our mind that this week we are having on Monday. We are having the ISM PMI on Tuesday, and also on Friday we are having the unemployment rate for the USD as well. Of course, all of these, they can change the price of the gold, and they can actually affect the whole market, and therefore we have to pay attention to these news, as they can actually have a big impact on all of the signals that I have just mentioned to you. So that being said, is the gold good for the buy right now? Not seems like it. At the current time, the gold seems like it's gonna be good for the short time, of course. However, let's go back to the 4-hour time frame, and as you can see, this is the level of the previous resistance right here on 1,859. This is exactly where we are looking to start shorting the gold, and the target, of course, as I said before, is going to be the bottom of that support level on 1,823. So in other words, we are aiming to make about 350 pips profit from shorting the gold. Therefore, gold should be good for the short at 59.38. And the target is going to be, as I said before, the support level on 1,823.60. Now, of course, it's very important to mention something, guys. Please don't start shorting the gold unless you see a strong price action indicates a bearish reversal. As I said before, a price action actually something that looks like like a pin bar, with a long tail, a long wick at the top and a small tail at the bottom. Or if you see this, my favorite price action on the top of the resistance, it should actually look something like this, with a very small wick at the top and very long tail at the bottom. That actually indicates a bearish reversal, so we can start shorting the pair. Please be extra wise and careful about shorting the gold right now, because the pair, as I said before, is gonna be ranging in neutral channel. So I believe the pair or the gold